So you want to learn faster, right? Understand things more deeply.
Hmm,
Seems like everyone's looking for that edge, to absorb information better.
absolutely. And today, well, we're kind of cracking open a set of learning strategies. One's inspired by uh, the high-stakes world of CIA operatives.
Okay, interesting. Spies and learning.
Exactly. We've been looking at environments where, learning quickly and effectively isn't just helpful, it's critical for survival, really.
Makes sense.
And a surprisingly simple but pretty powerful model came out of it. We're calling it SPYED.
SPYED. Okay, intriguing acronym. Let's break that down. This sort of intelligence-inspired approach. The S.
S stands for SKIM.
Skim. Now, this isn't just like glancing at the words, is it? What's the real point?
Think of it more like quick recon for your brain, a mission almost.
Okay.
You're scanning the headlines, maybe the intro, the conclusion,
Yeah.
just the high-level stuff.
Right.
This first pass, it primes your brain. It kind of creates these little mental hooks or placeholders.
Ah,
So when you actually dive into the details later, the new information has somewhere to attach itself. You're building a basic mental map first.
gotcha. Like seeing the blueprint before you start putting up walls. Okay, that makes sense. So we skimmed, got the lay of the land. What's next?
Next up is P. That's for predict.
Predicts.
Yeah, and this is where you really start actively engaging. But before you do the deep read,
Okay, how does that work?
you ask yourself questions like, okay, what am I probably going to learn here? Or why is this section important? Maybe even, how does this connect to stuff I already know?
Mm.
It's this active questioning that sets a real purpose for your learning. You're using anticipation to focus your attention, a bit like, how an analyst might form hypotheses before getting all the data.
Right. So you're shifting from just like passively receiving information to actively investigating it. I like that. Okay, next is why yank. What are we yanking out?
The essentials,
Yeah.
the core stuff. So once you've got that initial map from skimming and those guiding questions from predicting, you're now pulling out the key information.
Like what specifically?
Key facts, maybe recurring patterns you notice, the central arguments or ideas. You can use a highlighter, sure, or sticky notes,
Mm-hmm.
or even just mentally summing up each paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like you're preparing a really concise briefing for, say, a top official. You pull out only what truly matters, the crucial insights.
No fluff, just the critical intel. Okay, so we have skim, predict, yank. That brings us to encode. How do we make this information actually stick?
Right, encoding. This is all about moving that information from your short-term working memory into your long-term storage, making it durable.
And how do we do that effectively?
You use memory aids
Yeah.
actively. Things like mnemonics, acronyms or rhymes, or creating vivid mental images, maybe turning the information into a little story in your head.
Visualizing it.
Exactly. Or structuring it logically. Yeah. The more engaging or personally meaningful you can make it, the stronger the encoding. You're basically building strong retrieval paths back to the information.
Ah, building memorable pathways. Makes sense. Okay, and the final letter, D, drill. This sounds like hard work. Is it just rote memorization?
Not exactly, no. Good drilling is more strategic practice. The whole point is strengthening your ability to recall the information.
Okay, so how do we drill strategically?
Well, techniques like spaced repetition are great. There are apps for that, like Anki, where you review stuff at increasing intervals.
Right, I've heard of those.
Or just simple self-testing. Quiz yourself. Try to explain the concepts out loud, maybe to an imaginary person. That forces your brain to actively retrieve the info, not just recognize it. And that retrieval really solidifies the memory pathways. Think of it as mental push-ups.
Mental push-ups, I like that. Okay, so let's recap SPYED. It's skim for the overview.
Right, get the Mac.
Predict to engage your brain, ask those questions.
Turn on the investigator mode.
Yank out the key information, the essential.
Pleasant core intel.
Encode it using memory tricks to make it stick.
Build those pathways.
And finally, drill it into your long-term memory through active recall.
Yep. Strategic practice.
It really does sound like a powerful learning toolkit.
It is. And the really great thing about this model, I think, is how adaptable it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether you're learning a new language, studying for a big exam, or just trying to pick up a new skill for work or a hobby,
Mm-hmm.
these principles, they apply across the board.
Yeah.
Efficient processing, better retention.
That's really useful. So a final thought then for you listening. Think about something you're learning right now. Could be anything. What's just one piece of this SPYED model, skim, predict, yank, encode, or drill that you could try out like today, right away? That's your mission should you choose to accept it.